What's up, rockers all across the world? Back again. And I'm stoked because we've been friends for a while now. He's an incredible shredder. You've probably seen him on Pantera fan pages or anything like that. Because I like to consider him kind of Dimebag's reincarnated version right now.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
It's Christopher Blanco, the man
Hey, what's
behind
up?
all the dime relics you've seen all over the internet. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Nothing much. My AC turned on. Let me turn that shit off. All right, I'm back. Fucking the one time we're gonna start recording and then it turns on. Like, no, but yeah, dude, I appreciate it, man. No, I've been good. How you been, man? How's everything?
Good, man. I know we
Yeah,
caught up a bit during NAMM, the
yeah, dude,
inaugural
dude,
NAMM convention for everybody.
dude. It was insane this year, bro. Like, oh my fucking god, dude. It was. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But no, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Uh, just finally got this my dirty ass studio put together again because it was a fucking mess before now. So I got it together, but now I'm moving it again. So fuck, dude.
I'm one of
But
those people though, it's like I don't know if you are, it's like if when you're moving and reorganizing things, at the same
yeah,
time, I'm cleaning shit out that I don't need anymore. And so then when I
yeah,
go to the new spot, I'm like, I didn't need this. I'm fucking reorganizing and getting rid of a bunch of shit that I never knew needed to have.
yeah. No, I do that. Yeah, no, I do that too. Like sometimes I'll just like if I don't know what to do with it, I'll put it in the bin, just fucking throw it in my little storage up
Yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's
and
kind of
just
like a nice
kind of
like
figure it out after.
yeah, you're like, it feels good like when you do a whole reorganizing of shit and just doing stuff and it feels like, damn, it feels nice. Like, all right, cool, let's get some shit
Yeah,
done.
dude. Yeah, yeah, because it's just like okay, now I can think, I can move shit around,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
so yeah, and then you find shit you lost for like who knows how long. You're like, fuck, dude, that's what
yeah.
that was.
Well,
So
it's
I feel
cool
that, dude. It's
as you're wearing it too. I saw NAMM, you were with Ruff Guitars, bro.
yeah, dude. No, yeah, yeah. It's fucking the
Yeah,
shit
you
they
were
made for
looking
me.
pretty
But
rough, bro.
thanks, man. Dude, yeah, I was fucking dying, bro. Like it was crazy. Yeah, and then they gave me this guitar and shit. I'll get to that, but oh, excuse me. But yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like, I mean, there was some bullshit that was going on. Like, we were supposed to be here with someone else, but shit happens. So we figured that out. They've got the bigger booth, and then, dude, like, it was funny, bro, because when we're setting up the those metal trusts, that construction thing,
Yeah, yeah,
those
yeah,
metal
yeah.
framings, dude. Like we like tilted the thing up from one end, put the things on, like slid them in, and then on the other side tilted it up again. So it was like this,
Yeah.
and everybody was just like looking
What are you
like
guys
what the
doing?
fuck, like yeah, yeah, what are you guys doing, dude? Like holy shit. And then when we finished it, everybody's like, oh, okay, okay, like I mean, yeah, because dude, they're fucking dude, it's crazy. Like they did the same thing in Germany too. Oh, they fucking hated it, bro. They got mad at us. They're like, you guys can't be doing that. You're supposed to have it like free prayer or some bullshit.
You
I was
want
like,
us to
I'm just an
carry a
artist,
whole
man.
fucking metal frame pre-assembled through the doors, walking through the convention,
Yeah,
versus just putting it together in our
exactly.
area.
Exactly, dude. I was like, look, I'm just an artist. I'm an artist. I don't talk to
Do
them.
you
Like I
want
have
me to build the guitars on spot too? Are they supposed to be disassembled before we ring the guitars,
I exactly. I got you. I'll put frets on right now, dude. Like build it from scratch and shit. Yeah, dude, it's wild though. But Guitar Summit was cool though. But yeah, the NAM was like so much going on, dude. Like, and with getting like my YouTube going better, posting more things. It's kind of like I got a little more. I got recognized here and there, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I try to make time for everybody who meets me and they go, oh shit. It's like I wouldn't be here without them. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna just like blow them off and shit. So that was cool. And then the first day I was exhausted. I was just kind of like really wasn't feeling it. I don't know why. And the second day was cool, but the third day I was just like, dude, it was busy, bro. It's just
Well,
so
yeah,
much
that's
shit
because
going
that
on.
the third day is Saturday, and that was like that's always the busiest day. Everyone's going in on
Yeah.
Saturday. Because what I actually thought that this year was the smallest NAM since like the first one post like after COVID.
Really?
Yeah, man.
You think it was small this year?
Yeah, dude, it looked incredibly small. Like
Dude,
I think was it 20? I think 22 was the best year in my personal opinion of NAMM. That was the best one,
uh,
the largest. But this one just felt like incredibly small. Even though they finally had Marshall back, they had everything. A lot of places were
yeah.
appointment only, like ESP. It just felt small. And what I talked to this with Nick. honestly, it felt this year, it didn't feel like NAMM. It felt like this was just for like influencers or people who wanted to buy a ticket to meet their favorite guitar player or musician.
Yeah, I can see that. I can understand that. I mean, yeah, it did kind of feel like that. I mean, because what it was it ESP or LTD that was like closed off?
Yeah, you had to
ESP,
make
right?
an appointment through an app. Like you had to make it like
Oh,
so
fuck
through the
that.
NAMM app, you had to make an appointment to go in there.
Yeah,
It wasn't closed off to like it just was closed off for you. No one you couldn't just walk in there. So anyone could have
yeah.
made an appointment, but it was just like now how many people made an appointment? Like, oh, I can't go until like 30 minutes before NAMM closes or something like that.
Oh, dude, oh fuck that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it was the vibes were different this year for sure. There was a bunch of I don't know. I thought it was cool. I mean the
Oh yeah,
whole
I still love
I
it,
thought it
but
was bigger, but
it is like the networking aspect of it seemed like it was gone. Like, this was your,
yeah,
you come here to talk to companies, see what they got, establish,
yeah,
actually build something like, hey, I play for this band. What can you guys do? And let me check out your gear. And it just more so now of like
yeah.
this kind of like an influencer pump of people just to be there.
Yeah. No, yeah, I see that. I mean, because now it's all about like followers. How many followers you have? How many TikTok
Yeah.
followers you have? How many if you're
Yeah.
verified? Like, dude, so much shit. Like, dude, when I got verified, I was like, oh shit, you know. But all of a sudden, like, the comments started flowing in. I'd comment, people would like it just because they see the check mark, you know.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
just like, oh, dude, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like, fuck. Like, if I didn't have that, yeah, I don't think I'd be where I'm at now, you know. But just because they see that, it's like, oh shit. And then if you start a company, yeah, you know, I'll follow you. And they go, oh, you're verified. Oh, you know this. It's like, oh shit, you know. And then they
I
just see
still
like a
love it
hacker
because
status.
like I still met I started actually talking to Doc Coyle and actually and then we started like following each other as well. So it's like there's still
Yeah,
great moments of the natural, meeting people and networking, but it just goddamn
yeah,
it really just felt like so much of just people showing up there for photo booth signings.
yeah. Oh, yeah, dude, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't know about that, like the photos and stuff. I did think there was a bunch of people. Was wondering why people were standing in line for things. I thought like
Yeah.
free merch or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
But then I saw the guy from Slipknot there, and I was like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and I clicked, and I was like, oh, they're doing photo ops this year. Like, what the fuck? Which is cool, you know. I have nothing against it. I thought it was
Yeah,
sick,
because
but
I don't know if you know, NAMM is public now. Like you can buy a pass for the whole someone. So now how it is either you're endorsed, like you were endorsed and you're able to go with Ruff,
mm,
or a
yeah,
company invites you and you can buy an invitation and it's
wow,
$75. The company invites you through them. Then the last one is anyone can go online, whether like, hey, what kind of are you a internet reviewer or a buyer or something like that, and it's
yeah.
$150, and it says on your
Oh
thing like, oh,
shit,
buyer, so anyone can go all 3 days or 4 days or whatever.
dude! I heard about that. I didn't know like I heard about like it being public this year, but I didn't know how it was gonna work. You know, but I didn't really care because I was
Oh, it
like,
was
well, I'm
public
already
last
here.
year too, dude. They changed it like
Really?
after, yeah, they changed it after COVID.
Oh shit! I didn't. I mean, they probably did that because people weren't coming,
Yeah, and
and
make
so I
money
get
as
it.
well. I get it because you don't have Fender, you don't have back then still you didn't have Marshall. Marshall didn't show up till this year.
Yeah,
So
they had a
Schecter's
huge
not
booth this year.
there. A lot of big companies aren't there, and they're paying
Yeah,
what 4 or 5 grand for their area or
bro.
something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
dude. No,
they got to
I
re
didn't know that they did last year. What the fuck? Oh,
Yeah, this was the
that
first
makes
year
sense
Marshall
though.
came back.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, dude. No, because I was wondering. I saw it on the website. And I was like, oh, cool. You know,
Yeah,
like
so they got to
I mean,
recoup
like
that
how
money,
fast
and
it raised.
so why not make it public and allow people to come in and pay? You get if you get 1,000 people to pay $150, so,
That's like I'm bad at math. That's like what?
you get a nice little chunk from there. On
I
top
don't know.
of if they buy something, plus buying food, drinks, and all that shit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah,
mean, they actually did have better snacks this year.
yeah,
That's
that's
for
what.
sure. They
Yeah,
had ice cream machine,
yeah.
fucking more alcohol everywhere, dude. It was cool. It was cool and shit. But dude, yeah, this now was wild, bro. Like I got to meet a bunch of people, dude. It was insane. And with the whole rough thing, it's just like so much happened. Like within this, it just went.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Intensity was just like so fucking wild, bro. Like,
And it's cool. It was. I think. I don't know if you were there last year with Ruff because this was the first year I saw you with Ruff. And how did that happen? Like, how are you an endorsed artist with them and kind of whatnot?
so Oh, so let me tell you that story. That's like, dude, it's wild. So I met them. Fuck, 4 NAMMs ago, four and a half NAMMs ago, right? So the first NAMM, yeah, I met them, yeah, 4 or 5 NAMMs ago, one of the fucking two. I met them, and they were just walking around with the guitar. Right there, it was one of these models. They're fucking Schrodinger, that's how you say it. But it was yellow, and they're walking around with it. And I happened to be at Driftwood at the time, you know. And so I'm talking to Driftwood and shit, and playing whenever they come out. They're all like, oh hey, like they're telling him everybody there that he tries guitar. So then they get to me, I try it. I'm like, oh shit, like the neck dude is fucking amazing. Like it's just the shape of it. It's like a D neck.
Yeah.
Not my favorite, but like it's straight. It's all like it's solid, dude. And so unlike with wood, sometimes you have like a big curve on top, and then it goes straight. So it goes
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
bit. So you have to kind of compensate a little bit. Uh, but very micro compensation. But with this one, you could feel it. Like you don't have to really do much like that. And so played it. I thought it was badass. And then at the end of the NAMM, they were leaving, and we talked, and I was like, "Hey, man, if you guys ever need help with anything, like let me know. I'm down. Like I'm down to help." But then again, I'm a nobody at the time. They don't know who the fuck I am. I was like, "Oh, well, that's not gonna hurt to say." I might just look like a dumbass, but whatever. So then a few months passed by. They followed me back on Instagram, and then they were just like, "Hey, like, we met at NAMM. You don't know if you remember." I was like, "Oh no, yeah, dude, what's up?" Like, they're like, "Oh, we want to know if you could help us with something." I was like, "Yeah, sure. What is it?" "Well, we're gonna go to NAMM, but we're trying to ship guitars. Blah blah." And long story short, they ended up shipping me a fuckload of guitars, dude. Like a lot of them, and then like in replacement, in exchange they'll get me into NAMM. So it's like, okay, cool. So they sent me all these guitars. Keep in mind, they didn't know who the fuck I was, like person wise. It's just kind of like Instagram, and we met once at NAMM.
Yeah.
So then, and there was a point where I didn't talk to them for like a few weeks because I mean I was just going through some other shit. So I'm not really on my phone. And then they were kind of like like, oh shit, what's going on? But now they were talking about it like, yeah, dude, we thought you were gonna just take our shit and like dip. I was like, no, like not like that. What the fuck? I was like, but what if I did? Like, I mean, I'm not going. I'm going
Yeah.
to. But
Whoa,
like, what
but
if I
what would
did?
have happened?
Yeah, like what would have happened if you just all of a sudden lost like 12 fucking guitars? Like they're like, well, nothing. That's it. We lost 12 guitars. Like there's nothing we can do about it. I was like, oh fuck, and I was like, aren't you guys glad like I'm not a bad person? Because like, fuck,
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, they're like for a few weeks we were thinking like, what if he fucks us over? Like, fuck, like with all the guitars. And then the owner, his name's Rufus. He's like, well, if he does it, I guess he does. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is. But then, so the first night we went, it was pretty cool. Small ass booth. They probably like a little smaller than this. Oh, it's about the size of this room and shit. And we're there. They're playing. They didn't have like an amp or anything, so I took my crank, and then they bought like a Mesa Boogie head or some shit.
Yeah.
It was cool. And then the second NAMM, fuck, what did we do the second NAMM? The second NAMM, fuck, I don't remember honestly. Shit. There was a second NAMM. I know that. We went in the same. Booth is a little bigger and shit. Oh, that's right. They brought more guitars. They brought like fucking ones with like a squiggly frets and shit. I don't know what the fuck that's called. True temper. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then after that, then the last year's NAMM, they introduced these fucking models with the trim, and I'll get to that story after. But and so because I told my guys, you guys need trims. Like, don't get me wrong, like your guitar is cool, but like a lot of people use trims. They want to do all this tapping shit with the trim
Yeah,
and all that.
exactly.
And
They want to
so
shred more. They don't want to be a shredder. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So they're like, no, well, the NAMM before that they said like no, because it's like we're trying to get to the market where people, to like the fancy people at first, like people who just want a nice quality guitar for the budget, and fucking, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool. And then the next time after that, which was the one I'm talking about before, fuck, I'm all over the place. Um, then that's when they brought the tram. They're like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna try, blah blah, and they had a bunch of fucked up prototypes, like not there, but like they showed me some on pictures, and I was like, oh fuck, like they didn't stay in tune, nothing like that. I was like, oh shit. But then for that NAMM, they got it all worked out, and then people loved them, dude. They're like, oh shit, blah blah, like dude, fuck yeah, like And then people didn't know that they were carbon fiber because like I have this one, right? Like if I were to show you this one, right? I mean, I put this trim on myself, but I'll get to that after this, after the story. And so, you can see it's like forged carbon right here.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then, regular carbon. And then on the back of the neck, it's like carbon
And for a
and
small
carbon on
company,
top,
it's nice that they actually create set necks. Like most of them are always just bolt-ons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. These are actually one piece.
Yeah,
It's all one piece. So it's like one whole piece.
yeah.
And then, of course, they put the fretboard. It's a fucking, then the Ruff material, which is like their secret fucking thing that they don't talk about. But it's fucking strong. That
That's the
have so many
rough
broken
part of the
bolts in
rough
it, dude.
guitar.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking rough one, man. Like, and it's crazy, dude, because like I broke when I was doing the routing for this shit. I broke so many bolts in there because like I would drill it. It was a bitch to drill. The fucking material would kind of like drill a bit, then it would harden, and the bolts would just snap off, bro. Like there was
Uh,
no return from it. But yeah, dude. So like they brought the thing with a tremolo, and then I'm sorry. Let me get back to the paint thing. So people didn't know they were carbon fiber, right? So like this one, if I were to show you this one, like oh, it's just a regular pink one. Maybe it's composite material, right? But this one's carbon fiber too. Like they're all carbon fiber. It's just painted over.
yeah.
I'm just like, I mean, I was like, yeah, I mean, because that's why I picked that one when they first they're like, oh, I want you to be an artist. I was like, cool. They let me choose like which guitar you want. I was like, dude, I want the carbon fiber one. That's fucking sick.
Well,
Me
like which
thinking
one?
that, yeah, me thinking like, oh, dude,
Oh,
yeah,
that's the
fuck,
only
give me
one
the
that's
carbon
carbon
fiber.
fiber. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, yeah. There was another one that was pretty badass. It was like a gold and purple one. I would have got that one, but I was like, dude, I gotta get the carbon fiber one. Then they end up fucking telling me next year that they're all carbon fiber, bro. I'm like, fuck, okay. I mean, cool. So yeah, they came out with the tremolos and shit. People loved them, and then NAMM started going good for them, bro. And I kept telling him like, dude, you guys are gonna fucking be the next big fucking thing, dude. Because like these guitars, this one, well, if you want to get one with like a tremor shit, some shit, it's like $3,200, right? But stainless steel frets, it's all one piece, it's all carbon fiber, it's all carbon composite materials and shit like that. So there's no wood. You get German made parts and shit, Schaller locking nuts. I mean, locking tuners and shit like
Tuners.
that. Yeah, and all that. Either German Floyd or Lockmeister or Schaller, whatever the fuck. And dude, like their quality, dude. They come with the case for 3,200. It's like I don't know if you
The
could.
best
I
quality
mean, there's
investment
some
you can get, dude.
exactly, yeah, dude. And like they were, and then this year at NAMM they were dropping that guitar, to show you how durable it is. So it's like, I mean, dude, you could put these in water. Like you could leave this shit outside, it'll be fine. Like fucking, you don't have to
Yeah,
worry
it would have
about it.
been nice for metalcore bands back in the 2000s. They're making all their fucking rain videos.
Yeah, dude, yeah, fucking like, dude, seriously, dude, because like this shit takes a beating, bro. Like, fuck, like I'll fucking play now, like I'll just leave it there sometimes or it'll fall. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it was crazy, dude. And so then now they got even bigger. Of course they're going bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
And
their
they're
booth was huge. It was really cool.
yeah, dude, it was fucking huge, bro. And then like when they had the tremolo, they didn't bring a lot of tremolos this year because they got new. They got more like what is it called? People buying their guitars and shit from different like countries and shit. So they're shipping a lot of them out.
Yeah.
So they didn't really bring a lot. They just kind of showed like off like their good shit and what they can do and everything like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they brought me this one right here. And so they're like, hey,
Which
like
is
one
fucking
of the first
bitchin'. I
tremolo,
love that Explorer style, especially with the slime
dude.
green on it. It's fucking savage.
This one's fucking. If I can get it down. So this one's fucking. This one's sick, dude. So yeah, it's an Explorer. It's my fucking Explorer prototype, custom and shit. So it's like the slime green, like kind of like
Yeah.
that one right there.
Hmm.
So the slime
Dime
green.
slime, Explorer style. That's the way I would put it.
Yeah, dude. And like, so it's all carbon, of course. That has a Lockmeister. It has Seymour Duncan's neck and bridge. It has a Godspeed inlays, dude. Fuck, that shit's sick, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and the Pantera font too. Have you noticed it?
Yeah. Dude,
So, dude, it's fucking
that guitar
sick.
came up on so many like NAMM story feeds on my fucking search
Yeah,
engine. I'm like, I know who has that. I
yeah,
know who
dude.
that
A
is.
lot of people, a lot of people wanted it, dude. And I'm just like, some guy. Fuck, I don't know what band he was from, but he was like, well, there was two of them. One that wanted the pink one, and I'll tell you that one after. But there was a guy who wanted it. Just like, oh, how much? And then Rufus, which is the owner, his name is Rufus. That's why it's called Ruff,
Yeah, yeah.
because his
Put
name's
that
Rufus, which
together
is
real
regular.
quick.
Yeah. And fucking he was just like, oh, it's his custom, it's already sold. And the guy's like, oh, well, what do you want for it? Like, and he's like, it's sold already, like. And the guy's like, okay, well, can I buy it off him? And he's like,
Ask him.
ask him,
Yeah.
yeah, like ask him. And then he looked at me, he's like, well, how much, man? I'm like, oh no, dude, it's not for sale. And he kind of like, are you sure, man? Like I'll buy it off you. He didn't even tell me a price, bro. He was just like
I'll
kept saying
buy
I'll
it.
buy it. And I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I would have said no either way, but I mean, a lot of people like to do it. And Seymour Duncan posted it on the page too. They're like, oh, what would you play and shit? And I replied to it with the Master Puppet Soul and shit.
Yeah.
And dude, like, it's sick. Like, I mean, the way this one's a little heavier than the other ones, but like, I don't know. If this one feels like because of the paint, it's like a matte.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like the best way I can describe it is like a toy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
I thought it felt light. To me, it felt light, and I loved it for that reason.
yeah, well, it's pretty light, yeah, compared to like regular guitars. And then fucking like the back too. It's like so they have like the magnetic shit,
Oh,
carbon
that's
fiber too.
so fucking clutch. Oh,
Yeah, dude,
God
it's like,
bless. So smart. Oh,
dude, yeah, it's fucking
dude.
carbon fiber
No, guitar
snaps on.
companies, everybody needs to fucking start doing that. That's so smart.
Dude, I'm surprised nobody does it, dude. And that's the thing, like these
Dude.
guys are like fucking. They have the stupidest fucking ideas that I wish I could talk about on the
Like, dude,
fucking
I'm
video.
already like, I wish companies will have just like I love Schecter. I think Schecter's like the only company that has the battery pack for the EMGs or Fishmans that has the clip to open it. Everybody else is still screws. I'm like, dude, get
So
the fucking flip.
we had those at Guitar Summit 2 years ago. But they were Fishmans though. They were the Fishmans one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
that's just as good too. Oh my God, that's so brilliant.
Yeah, because there was Fishmans one. It's like a little plug-in. You just
Yeah,
connect the battery and charge it. Yeah. So we had those at a Guitar Summit 2 years ago, and they were great. Like we had them in the V's, the flying V's, and
yeah,
like it was funny because like when someone's done with it, we put it to charge, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's crazy. Like, and I thought it was something they did, but they're like, no, it's Fishman's new thing, and we're trying them, and they work great. I was
yeah,
like, cool.
yeah. That's
And
sick.
then yeah, I saw them this year over there with it. I was like, oh shit, okay, fuck it. But dude, yeah, like this one's sick. I mean, I might put a bolt design on it or some shit. I don't know, but maybe cut this little piece off. I don't know, fucking
Yeah.
like I did the other one shit. No, I'm probably gonna keep this one clean. Maybe put a design on it. But this one's sick, dude. Like, I mean, everybody has a trem on it, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
light as fuck. Neck is straight. So I mean, they did fucking amazing on this shit, dude. Like, it's I don't know what this shape is called. I don't know if I get a better view of it.
Like their
Okay.
own personal, what they're naming it, or
Yeah, they're naming it the
okay,
Euler or some shit like that. Euler. I don't know. I'm probably butchering the fuck out of the name,
yeah,
but it's such an E and then fucking ELUER or some shit like that. Um, but yeah, I was like, okay, cool. I mean, it's sick. I've always wanted an Explorer. I just never bought one because I'm just like I never knew how to sit with it because it's like you have this big fucking thing.
yeah. I
And it's
always
just
picture
like,
when I had them, I was just like, you just still kind of like similar, like either that or I did it like the V, how I'd have it like right in between my crotch or whatever.
yeah, I would
Yeah,
try like this too,
yeah.
but like,
That's how I always did
yeah, I try like that, but this fucking part kept slipping, and I'm just like right here, like too fucking,
it.
like I'm like, what the fuck? So I finally figured it out. I'm like all stupid up here and shit, like, you know. But dude, yeah, this thing's fucking sick. And the one I was telling you earlier that I butchered, fucking the first one they sent me. So I was telling you this one, the full carbon, right? It didn't have a trem at the time,
Yeah. You installed it.
and yeah, so I wanted a trem and shit. So I hit up a Vega Tram, dude. Oh, dude, those guys are fucking badass, man. I was like, hey guys, I got a crazy idea. I know you don't know me. I'm broke, man. I can't afford a bunch of shit. I got a lot of shit, but trust me, I paid cheap fucking price for a lot of my shit. And I'm just like, hey guys, I got a crazy idea. Like, so there's this guitar. I'm endorsed by these guys. They gave me this guitar. They don't have a tremolo. I really want a tremolo. Yours is the one that kind of fits. Looks like it'll be kind of easy to do.
Yeah.
And then I explained to them the whole situation, how risky it was, and they're like, you know what? They're like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. They didn't say it like that, but you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And so I was like, cool. And then they just sent it to me for free. I was like, oh hell yeah, dude. I appreciate it. And then so it took a few weeks, it took a few months actually. So I fucking routed the fuck out of it. Like, it's not the cleanest, because it's carbon fiber, dude, and then the
Yeah.
roughing
You had to cut
material.
out. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, but look at this fucking.
Yeah.
It's like But I mean, it works, dude. Like, I don't know if you can hear it.
No,
The fucking audio canceling shit on it, but I mean, it works great, you know. Like fucking, it was so good, dude. And then I showed Vegatram, and they're like, "Oh, dude, that's fucking wild." And then I told Ruff, like, "Hey, I did the first
first
Ruff
one.
guitar with the
I
tremolo."
created the first.
Yeah, yeah, dude. And they're like, "Fuck, that's right." They fucking despise, dude. They're like, "Fuck, man." Like now they can't say. I mean, they could still say that because I'm part of them, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's
yeah.
just like, no, I built the first one with
Hey,
the
at this
fucking
point, you
tremolo,
need to
you
be a
know.
creative director for them, dude. At this
Dude,
point.
I right. I do help them out with a bunch of shit, you know, like ideas and shit like that if they need them.
Yeah.
But fucking dude, yeah, I mean, I could have risked the fucking $3,500 guitar, but I was like, fuck it, like,
Yeah. Yeah,
go big, win, play big, win big, type of thing,
yeah.
dude. But I got it done. I got it done.
See, that's what's so great about you have such a unique creativeness when actually like you've been so used to building guitars and doing, which we'll get into. We're going to talk about, what
Yeah,
you're kind of like known for now, like you're infamous for it is, your relics. You're
thanks,
so
man.
used to doing that and having to like fuck around and take the risks of making something creative and make
Yeah,
it like, you know what? No, this is going to work. It may be a bitch, but I'm going to make it work.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, yeah, the relics. I do the relics too. Like, this is the one that started it all. This is this is my personal D from Hell. I'll put my camera back there. So this is my personal one. So this is the one that started all. So I got it in 2007.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So when
2007.
did you start building your own relics? Like this is what everyone has been seeing you about, and we'll get into like the people you've made it for and everything. So when did you officially start making dime relics?
So I started. It's just started off with me, dude. Like, cause at the time, a lot of people. I used to get a lot. I still do get a lot of hate for like, being me being a dime bag, fan and shit like that. But at the time, so let me go all the way back how it all fucking started. I'm sorry, excuse me. Fucking my cousin Rudy, he introduced me to like he had dime guitars and shit like that. And I was playing the guitar, but I just had an SG, and this Les Paul fucking that I had, and but that was about it. I just kind of play whatever the fuck I like, and didn't really care too much. And then I go over his house, and he has a Dymo Flame hanging. Right? No, sorry, he has this one hanging like in the top, but just regular. And I'm just like, oh, that's a sick guitar, dude. He's like, oh yeah, it's a dime bag model. It's like a signature. I like, oh, dude, that's sick. And he was like, I was like, who's that? He's like, oh, have you heard of Pantera? I was like, nah, dude. Like, I don't. No, yeah, like no, like, dude. I was a follower back then. I didn't really do. I didn't think for myself. I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just kind of went where the most follow person went. And then he was just like, oh, let me show you, dude. And then I remember the first video he showed me, dude, was Domination, the Moscow one. And I was like, oh shit, that's fucking sick, dude. I was like, because he was fucking, I'm like,
Dude,
damn,
that's
that's
one of my favorite
crazy.
solo.
Yeah,
Domination
dude.
solo is one of my favorites.
Dude, when I first saw that video, bro, I was like, damn, I wish I could play like that. I don't think I ever will, but that'll be cool. Then he showed me a bunch of Pantera songs. Told me like the history. And then my dumbass was like, oh, dude, we got to see him live. And keep in mind, this was like in, what, 2005 or
Yeah,
6.
well, that's right.
2006. I think it was 2006.
Yeah, that was right when they were around. Damage Plan.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so like, I was just like, dude, yeah, let's fucking go see him live. And he's like, oh, dude, well, Dimebag, he's dead. He's not. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, he died. And he told me the whole thing about it, and
Yeah,
I got really
was it
sad.
oh 04 or oh 05? I think it was oh
Oh
04.
four,
Yeah.
oh four,
Yeah.
and then I was like, fuck, that sucks and
Which this
shit.
is bittersweet. This shirt is actually from that tour.
Really, dude, fucking.
It's a Damage Plan tour shirt, and it's bittersweet to have it, but I'm glad I have it.
Let me show you a shirt that I got. Hold on, let me put this shit right
Which
here,
I'm a huge Damage Plan fan. They're underrated, super underrated.
dude. Damage Spot is fucking sick. Hold on, let me get the shirt. So when Attila came over, sorry for my mess. This is my workbench. But when Attila came over, he gave me the shirt, right? This fucking shirt. And it's a dime bag,
Yeah,
dime
that's
bag shirt and
fucking
shit.
sick.
So, dude, this thing's fucking dope. I haven't worn it yet because I didn't want to fuck it up. But the cool thing about this is that this was Grady's when he was teching for Dime. So
Oh,
he wore. he wore this shit, and so he gave it to me. I was like, dude, thank you, dude, fuck yeah, because Attila went to see Dime's Vault and shit, so he got a bunch of stuff, and he gave me this, dude. I was like, dude, hell yeah, thank you so much, and I put it on top over here because I want to, put on the wall and shit. And so, dude, yeah, this thing's fucking sick. Like, I make sure this shit's always safe, and that's like one of the memorabilia shits that I have. But, dude, yeah, like going back to the other thing. So I found out the whole Dimebag shit and like that, and when I got more into them, and I was like, okay, cool. I was like, damn, I want to get an ML now, because at the time, me being a kid, like, keep in mind, like, I grew up a loner, didn't really have a bunch of friends. Like, I had one best friend, maybe two, but didn't really do shit, got home, didn't really have TV, so I'd watch my brother play Xbox, whatever the fuck. And so once I got to the dime shit, that's all I made my personality, dude. Like, I was like, I want to be this fucking guy,
Yeah.
like I want
Everyone
to be him,
everyone has that moment where they finally find their favorite guitar player and that's who they want to be.
Yeah,
Like for me, it's
it's
Jerry
good.
Cantrell. Like I am a diehard Jerry Cantrell fan, and I love
Oh,
every solo,
nice.
his tone, and that's why I like how I like to play. But it's like
Yeah,
everyone finds that one person when you're like, finally, that's the awakening of your music and your style you want to do.
yeah, dude. And it's like that. Let me close this curtain. This thing's blinding my eye. And then yeah, it's like that, dude. And like fucking, when I was just like, I want to be this guy. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah, yeah.
embodiment. I am gonna be Dimebag. Like I want to, But I was a kid, I didn't know much. So I tried talking like him. I tried fucking. I got the necklace in sixth grade. So fucking, I've had it since, but different iterations, But I've always worn
Yeah.
one. And then the necklace, and then started growing out my hair. Fucking just playing only Dimebag stuff. And it was hard, But I didn't really get good until like 6 years ago, which was way after high school. But I made them my whole personality, dude. I would go to fucking school with my amp, and play songs, and people fucking hated it. Oh fuck! Let me show you the first ML I got. Fucking so, and then I'm gonna run back to the relics. I'm just giving the whole breakdown of the whole how it all happened. So this is my first ML I got. It was all black, and then so this is the one I would take to school and shit and play, and fucking yeah, people hated it, bro. People were just like, oh, like shut the fuck up, like dude, get a fucking life, dude. It was bad, but I didn't give a fuck,
Yeah, those
I didn't
people
play
now
the
don't.
same,
Those people are working a boring job and not doing anything. That's fine.
dude. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, Like I didn't, cause like I didn't give a fuck about other people's opinions, Like I'm gonna do
Yeah,
what the fuck. I mean,
exactly.
it's yeah, it's still hurt and shit, but I didn't give a fuck, And then, but I'd play the same shit over and over, bro, over and over. So I
Fuck
can
yeah.
understand why they got, yeah, like then at the end, at the end of like what's it called, senior year, I didn't have money for a yearbook, so I just bought the fucking guitar, had people sign and shit. So I
That's
thought it was cool.
that's pretty
And
fucking.
then
That's a smart idea, dude.
yeah, dude, it was pretty fucking sick. And then so this is guy. I remember this one. He says Philip. His name is Philip Nguyen. He's like, "You're gonna do great things," and he signed it. And I was just like, "Yeah, see, someone new, like fucking, because I've always known like I wanted to do something with the guitar ever since then.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I was like, okay, like I don't want to be like Dime, like I want to keep his image alive, like a
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah, yeah.
respectful way, because like I'm not trying to like fucking. I wasn't gonna get the whole beard and shit like that, But I was like, okay, I'm gonna do more respectfully and shit like that. So then I finally got the D from Hell, and then where the fuck did I put it? Oh, there. I finally got the D from Hell, and then when I got it, it was cool. Played like shit, dude. When I first got it, it was bad. Like, oh, if you go to my Instagram, the very first post is a picture of this guitar. The very first fucking post, bro. And so like, dude, it's like I was so stoked. It played like shit, dude. I couldn't get it to work. It was like unstring. I didn't have any strings for a while. It just, dude, I took it to so many people. Nobody could fix it, and I was like, fuck. So I kind of it was there for a while, and then I finally got it working. Some guy, the Dean authorized guy here by Santa Ana, he finally fixed it for me. Charged me like $600 dude. Like
Damn.
to get it all working, and it played. It finally played. And then slowly I started learning, change the bridge out and shit like that, and got it all working. Then I was teching for this one band. These one guys, they were pretty cool at the time. But fucking the guitarist, I would let him this one in the Sinister Gates model, and he would play at the Whiskey. fucking, I was like, yeah, and I couldn't stay, so because I was still in high school, so I was under the age, so I had to leave. I drop off the shit and then leave, and then I calls me the next day. He's like, dude, like, I can't find your guitars, bro. Like, I can't find them. I'm like, did you take them? I'm like, no, fuck, I left them with you. And so I guess they got stolen. This one and my Samson Gates one got stolen, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, dude, no, we're packing up. Yeah, the cases there when they were loading, and then like he was talking to someone, and like, they just dipped, and I guess he just forgot him there or some shit.
Oh,
Or yeah,
dude.
I don't know if he forgot him there or someone took him when he was looking some shit. So they were gone, right? I was like, fuck, dude. And he was like, he felt really bad, and I felt bad for the guy, and I was like, okay, just pay me like $600, whatever the fuck, like it is what it is. And then he's like, okay, cool. Then 2 weeks later, this one fucking shows up again at the whiskey. Apparently, they called him saying someone brought it back, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, and I thought that was kind of sketch. Like,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to ruin a friendship.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm gonna take your word. I got no reason to not believe you.
Yeah.
So I got this one back. Since the case was gone, still, he paid me for that one. So then I got this one back, right? I was like, cool. Ever since then, I was like, okay, I'm gonna. And now it's getting into the whole dime story. So I'm just giving you the whole yapping fucking breakdown. So it goes. I get it back, and then it's playing a little better. I don't know what the fuck happened with when it was gone and shit, but I got it back, and I was like, fuck, like I really want to, get play better and shit like that. And so I started learning how to do more dime shit. I keep practicing. And then eventually start seeing photos of Dime's original one, because at the time, dude, this is 2000, like 10-ish. No, sorry, 2013, around that 13, 14. There's no pictures of Dime's like actual guitars, like zero to none. So I'm like, okay. And then Dean comes out with the Rust from Hell, right? It's like a iteration of like, it's supposed to be like the worn out Dean from Hell, but it's like
Yeah,
their
yeah,
type
exactly.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was all cut different places. I finally found some pictures of Dimes. So I started, going at it with the drill and Dremel and shit. And I was like, fuck it, I want to make myself a custom. Like, I'm in
Yeah.
a relic.
Yeah.
And then, so I started going at it. And then in the back right here. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a crack right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little crack fucking. So somehow I cracked it when I was working on it. And fucking at the time, I didn't know how to repair it. So, Billy Mays?
Sounds familiar.
Billy Mays here was another
Oh,
fantastic
yeah, yeah,
product.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember, dude,
Oh
I
God.
would see a lot of fucking, I would see a lot of Mighty Putty commercials, like, oh, Mighty Putty, fucking strong, bonds, fix everything. So I was like, okay. So I went and I bought some Mighty Putty. I molded it, fucking laid the guitar like down like this, like on the fucking table. Put Mighty Putty. This is Mighty Putty. I
That's
put it
so
down like
fucking
here. And it was
great.
thick. Dude, it was thick. Like it went from all the way right here to all the way right here. Like it was all covered, one whole like solid piece.
Dude.
Dude, yeah, and I left it like down on the table, no, not strained, kind of like putting pressure on the neck to go back.
Yeah.
That's like that, and then it just worked. I don't know. Then I had it stopped cracking for a bit. I don't know if it's cracking now, but so I was like, whatever, right, cool. And then kept going at it, and then next thing you know, I'm just like, I finally get it done, get it to where it's at now. Years later. I got the fuck as best I can with the scratches and shit. This thing's not as accurate, but it's pretty deep, and the aging is all the yellowing of it is all natural. I didn't have to do like the other ones I'm doing. And in the back, but I went based off the rust from hell on some parts because it just has random scratches and shit.
Yeah.
And then on the neck of this one, the rust from hell has this style like kind of worn outness, but on Dimes he has a fucking like a thumbprint right here. So wait, where is it? He has it right here, like right here, a thumbprint that's like indented.
Yeah.
And then like the paint goes like the pattern's a little different, and then from up here up there, no paint. So I mean that's the way it is. And then I ended up just posting it. Oh guys, look what I did. I thought it was cool. Keep in mind at this time nobody fucking was going on. They thought I was just some fucking guy trying to try hard dime bag fan. A dime bag fanboy. Which
Yeah.
I still am, but I did it in a respectful way. And so I'm just posting it. People like it. Blah blah. And then I finally do my headstock like that. Like if you could see the lettering of the Dean from Hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got those custom made. I got them custom made. That's all I got to worry about. I got them made to the exact T, dude, of Dimes. And the company was just like, hey, like you're not selling these, right? I'm like, no, I'm not selling them. They're just
I'm just
And for
making
me,
this.
if my,
I'm making this for myself. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm making this for myself. Like, I was like, if anything, like, I was like, if somehow, if I make like a custom run, like, I'm only gonna do 25 because I started thinking about it at the time. Because three people hit me up for like to make them one, to make them relic, and they're like, okay, well, as long as you're not gonna sell them, I was like, no, I'm just gonna buy like 30 of them, and that's it. For legal reasons, shit like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
not selling them. Nothing like that. Cool. So they made them down to the T, bro. Like, some guy hit me up on email. He was just like, dude, I saw what your guitar you did, and I saw that you're trying to make it accurate. Here's some photos that I took of dying guitar when I was in a guitar center years ago, right? Dude, fucking high quality close ups, bro. The headstock of
Dude.
like the back, the side, dude. Pictures these pictures are not online, like nowhere online. I mean, now there's probably better pictures now because the guitar's been torn with Pantera. But at the time, so that's what I had. So that's how I made the logo. And this one was more accurate than when Dean did. So I was fucking proud of that. And like the whole process of getting this whole logo done was a bitch because like I told him like, hey, like I'm gonna be really anal about this, blah blah.
It
I
needs to
paid
be
fucking
like,
arm and leg for it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I paid an arm and a leg for it, but in the end of the day, that
That's what
I
matters,
was
though.
being a
It's those
bitch.
little details that it's making this like this is the perfect the picture perfect product.
Yeah, yeah, dude, exactly, bro. And so, they loved the idea. It was cool. And then fucking, then I get one guy. Well, this is where the story when it comes up to like the guys who hit me up because they hit me up and they're just kind of talking about it. And then I was like, okay, the first guy, his name is Justin, I think. Yeah, yeah, Justin. He was just like, hey man, I saw your relic, dude. Like, how much to make me one? Like, I'm ready. Like, I know we were talking about it before, but I'm ready. Like, how much? And at the time, I was like, well, if it's just like the wearing out, the weathering and shit, and the headstock logo, like I was like, I don't know, like $400. So you just got to pay the shipping, so you can ship it back.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, cool. So I get his, I do the relic, comes out fucking sweet. I finish it right, and I have it on a fucking table like this, right? It's on a table like that, just leaning like that. So those fold out tables and shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
the eating ones. It was like that. Guitar cable still connected. I was taking pictures of it. I was like, okay, cool. I get up and I move. The fucking table slides out and this thing fucking falls like on the
Uh,
ground, dude, and breaks his headstock. Yeah, dude. I was just like, oh, dude. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I was like, and the thing is, like, so with that guy, I didn't tell him like, oh, if anything happens, I just kind of like, oh, yeah, I can do it. Like, I didn't think anything was gonna happen. So I ended up calling the guy the next day. I was like, hey man, I was like, hi, what's up? How you been? He's like, oh, I'm good. He's like, dude, how's the relic doing? Like, you said you're ready to ship it. Like, when you're gonna ship it? Let me know the price. I was like, dude, so I got something to tell you. And he's like, he just stays quiet. He doesn't say anything. And I'm like, hello? He's like, no, I'm still here. I'm like, okay, so like, I was like, just know, like, I'm just gonna tell you straight up, your heart's gonna drop, but I got options for you. And he's like, okay, like fucking just over it. Because
yeah.
I mean, I would be too, at the time, because it took forever to do the relic as well. And then fucking, I was like, okay, so long story short, was finished with the guitar, I was taking pictures. The pictures I sent you were the ones that I sent, that the ones I took 10 seconds before the guitar broke. He's like, well, oh, what happened? Where did it break? I was like, well, it was on my table, and I tripped on the cord, and I don't know. It never happened to me before, and fell down, and fucking headstock broke like that, from the seam itself. And I was like, but look, like I know it's broken. Here's my options for you. I could either get you another D from hell. I'll pay for it. Do the relic again. It's gonna take a few more months, but we'll ship it out, and then you still get a relic. It's like, or I could refund you your money, and I could refund you your money for like the D from hell, which they were like what $800 at the time.
Yeah. Probably.
So I would, yeah, I would have lost money, but whatever. It's me. It was about like me making sure the guy was still cool. With
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want I know the feeling of getting fucked over, and that's not what I wanted to
Yeah. Yeah.
throw
Yeah.
at him. And I was like, or the third option, I could take it to get repaired by a professional luthier. And he's like, well, how much is that going to cost? I was like, well, that's the thing. You don't have to pay anything. Whatever it costs, I will pay. If it costs $2,000, $3,000, I'll pay for it. Because at the end of the day, you entrusted me with your guitar, which, he had history with because it's his Dean from hell, he
Yeah.
had it since forever. And I was like, I don't mind paying because at the end of the day, it's my fault. And I just want to make sure that you feel like good, like your heart undrops.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's just like, okay, well, yeah, let's do the headstock headstock repaired because I had the guitar for a while. It means a lot to me. I was like, okay, cool. I ended up taking it to one of a local luthier here. He's really fucking good. I forgot his name, but they're really fucking good. And then the guy was just looking at it, inspecting it. He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "No, that's it's fucked. Like he had to lift the fingerboard up and glue it, some all the shit." And then it cost me, I think, like $800 or some shit like that to get it done. And then when I got the guitar back, dude, it fucking you couldn't even tell that it was broken, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was like, clean, like seam. And then so I showed the guy, I was like, "Dude, it's fucking still good. You're solid. And I was like, dude, and on top of that, now your guitar is just like dimes. It's broken from the headstock and repaired. So he was like, "Yeah, I guess so." Yeah, he was bummed out, but when he got the guitar, he loved it, dude. He was like, "Oh shit!" He
Yeah.
made a YouTube video on it too, and I was like, "Cool." Then after that, another guy hits me up, and then I make a YouTube video on that guitar, explaining how like what happened, whatever the fuck, and I didn't have to tell anybody. I could have just been like, dude, like kept to myself and type shit, not tell anybody. But in the video, I was like, "Yeah, this is what happened. I broke the guitar, but I'm transparent. This is what happened. But if anybody wants one, let me know." So another guy hits me up for another one, do his, and then a guy named Ryan Vanderwalk. I don't know if you know him.
Mm-mm.
He's a guitarist for a band called Death Rattle, and so he has. Have you ever seen like on NAMM, like if you go to NAMM 2015 Dean from Hell prototype commemorative, like where they made the top mount, like one of one replica that's supposed to be like just like dimes.
Mm-mm. No, no, no. But I'll Google
I've
it.
never seen it. It's like exact weight, exact fucking dimensions, and all that shit. So on that video, there was a prototype one, that they were displaying on top of dimes, and fucking. So he owns that one. I don't know how he got it, but he owns it, and he says, "Hey, like I want to do a relic," and he shows me the fucking guitar, right? He's like, "This is the one from NAMM, blah blah." I'm like, "Dude, no fucking way." So he's like, "Yeah, I could send it to you. We could do it." He's like, "How much?" I was like, "Dude, I don't even know where to start because like you're talking about a whole like if I fuck up, I can't replace that guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was just like, fuck, like, so he sends it. I have that guitar for a whole fucking year, dude, because it's just like, I was just researching and shit like this. And at this point, I'm getting better with everything. And fucking, I ended up getting it done. It had some issues with the wood. I had to treat the wood to make sure it was good shit again. And ended up coming out fucking great. I have a video on that too. I'll send you all the links to all this shit after. But if you want to check it out, you don't have to. But, and, I did a top mount. I put the same Floyd that hit Dime had on that guy's guitar, and like to the T, like it's probably the best relic, best accurate relic to date that I've done because it's just like everything's on spec. And he fucking loved it, dude. And then he's like, "Oh, how much do I owe you?" I was like, "Dude, don't even worry about it. Like, it was fun to work on it, blah blah." And the guy, he's like, "No, like I'm gonna send you something." I'm like, "Okay." I'm thinking it's the same like $200 or some shit. He sends me $1,000, dude. Like I see it on my PayPal. I'm like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Dude, you sent me $1,000? Like, what the fuck?" Like he's like, "Yeah, like." Dude, you did a great job, blah, blah. You have to stop lowering your value, this and that. And then at that point, that's when I kind of realized, like, oh shit, like people see like value in me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it wasn't a thing that I saw in myself. Like
yeah.
I thought it was trash. Like I thought it was like nobody.
You were doing
Um,
this for fun. You love doing it, and now it's like, dude,
yeah,
you need to turn this around and show like, yo, you put the effort and work into it. Your effort is value.
exactly, dude. Exactly. And so it's like I slowly started learning self-worth, because it's like at the time I was just like, oh yeah, I do this, it's cool, but it's like whatever, like nobody's gonna give a fuck. But that was a great third guy who did the one the relic. But at the time, I already they all the relics have this decal on it, and I'm only doing it for the relics. Like I'm not giving them out or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because it's special to those. And then and at that point, another person hit me up, another person, and now I have like a fucking oh, shit, like this whole folder. It's like my relic folder, and it has all these fucking like certificates that I finished all the fucking relics and shit.
Oh, that's sick.
And so, dude, yeah.
How
So I have
many, how
all my
many,
shit.
how many relics have you made so far, do you think?
I've made. I have 11 left to do. So that's out of 25. So fuck. I have what 14 left?
How many orders
Yeah.
do you essentially when someone makes like they reach out to you, via DMs or email, and how long does it take you generally to do complete and finish one?
So it was the prices varied and the time varied as well because each guitar is different. Like I have fucking I have two D from Hells in here. I have this one, and then I have another one. Fucking- Here's another one that I'm doing. Okay, hold on. Take all this shit out of it.
And they provide the Deem from Hell for you, right?
Yeah. So at the time they did. So here's one that I'm almost finishing. So it did the UV treatment already on it. Started doing the back. I haven't done the neck yet, but we did the balut on this one. So we started adding like asking people if they wanted balutes.
Yeah.
Because make it more like dimes. The same thing the headstock. Kind of getting like that. But I'll show you what it looks like fresh. Because I have one here. Um, so I wish I had a finished one. Well, I mean, other than mine. So this is how they look when I first get them. Like when they send them to me. So nothing crazy. Fucking the blue lightning bolts. Pretty bright. Headstock just a regular Dean one. But then if you compare it to like grab this thing, So if you look closely, like on this one, you see all the damage and shit
Yeah, exactly.
on the flare, and this one's just clean. So I'll make it look like this, so you can see the differences in like the aging and shit. And yeah, they'll provide me their guitar. So the way I was doing it, and the way I was doing it was in the beginning, because it wasn't really about money, it was about doing something for like the Dimebag fans because nobody was doing this shit. And so I was like, yeah, and the first three people they paid. Well, the guy he paid 1,000 because he wanted to. He's like, that's how much. I think it's worth. That's how much you should be worth. Appreciate it. Hell yeah. That's just I just see my value and shit. But the other two people before him, the guy paid. I think it was like 500 or 600, and then after that it was like, yeah, I think it's 500 or 600 as well. And that guy paid 1,000, and then from there, like two more guys hit me up, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like if you guys want the whole relic, it's gonna be $800. But for $800 plus the shipping, you'll get the pickups, the Bill Lawrence and the Seymour Duncan. You get the logo on top and shit, of course. Everything I'll change that. I mean, all the relic and all that shit. And but you provide the guitar. And they're like, okay, cool. So I sold two of them like that. But then at that point, I just started getting flooded with DMs and shit. And I'll tell people like, look, like if you get a relic early on out of the 25, because I'm only gonna make 25, and once I'm done, that's it. Like I'm not making any more because it's not a money thing for me. It's like, I mean, nothing's stopping me from making more. I can keep going if I want to, but it's not. At that point, it's like I'm gonna be like every other person who uses Lion's name. Like for
Well,
money.
one of your one of the someone that you've made it for. I'm curious how that happened. You made one for Doyle, if I'm correct.
Oh, dude, I
How
did.
did
I did.
that
Hold
come
on.
about, dude?
Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me put this away. Hold on. So, I know it sounds like I'm yapping, but dude, it's just because I never tell this story. So let me show you the fucking. So I do all the guitars, right? And then, long story short, to get to Doyle, I tell people, hey, like if you buy the bullet early, it's gonna be cheaper. But once they get closer and keep on making, once they get closer to the higher numbers and the last ones, they're gonna be the more expensive ones, right? So I eventually get to Doyle. Um, he hits me up, right? Which I'm just like, oh shit, that's what the fuck. And so when I saw his message, I saw Doyle von Frankenstein. I was like, that sounds familiar. Like from where though? Why does it sound so familiar? And then my buddy Adrian was there at the time. He was just like, Doyle von Frankenstein? Like Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein? I was like, yeah, yeah. I was like, and I didn't see the message. I haven't clicked on it yet. He's like, oh, dude, that's the guy from the Misfits. I'm like, oh no shit. I was like, dude, that's fucking sick. So I see the message and shit. And of course, I'm still professional about it because at the end of the day, I don't want to like, dude, oh my god, type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like, yeah, because that's don't get me wrong. I was kind of geeking out. I was like, oh fuck, but I wasn't gonna like, fuck up the whole conversation on that. And so he was like, hey man, you make these like how much? And I was like, and at the time, I already sold out of the relics. Like I was already done. And so he hit me up and he's just like, hey, do you have any? I was like, dude, like I just like I don't have any right now. Like all the spots are filled. But the thing is, also people were kind of like, I started taking a little longer on the relics because I started improving my,
Yeah, you
the ways I was
you
doing it.
started finding different ways to improve the craft, like way and like make it better, and then oh shit, I could do this instead.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so my thing is like, look, like I I'm learning my self worth and shit, and I know what I could do. If you want to take it to someone else to get relic, that's cool by all means. But I know what I can do, and when I work on shit, I don't want to just work on it just to here, dude, it's done. Here you go. Like no, like
Yeah,
I'm gonna take my time on it. If I don't feel like if I'm not in the mood to work on it, or if I just feel like it's not the right time, or whatever the fuck it is, I'm not gonna work on it. But for the most part, everything was going good. And I started finding better ways, new ideas, and shit like that. And then I started learning that some guitars, the woods on all these fucking D from Hells are all fucking whacked out, but they're all different. So in order to do neck, which I'll get to later, it's complicated. You have to like paint size is different, and that's a whole other thing. But I got to Doyle, and I told him that I was like, yeah, man, sorry, like I think they're all sold out right now, but I do have someone who might back out. I don't know, but I'll let you know. He's like, okay, cool, appreciate it. Let me know. Cool. 2, 3 days passed by, and I hit him up. Sorry, the guy who was gonna back out. He hits me up. He's like, hey man, I think I'm gonna stay in like with the relic. I think I'm fine. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, but I needed his down payment because at this point, like, people would say they want the relic, but I can't just hold the spot because what if someone else wants,
yeah, no, you got to put no, you want the relic, put your down payment down for it. Yeah,
exactly, So he's just like, well, how much is it? And at this time, dude, I think his was gonna be around like 50 something, 52 or some shit like that. But for like the whole shebang, because he wanted like everything 1980s, bro, And so keep in mind, so with that in mind, I already bought the 1980s parts, out of my own pocket, which I probably shouldn't have waited. But so that cost me a fucking arm and a leg. And so I told him like, hey, like I just need the money back for the reimbursements about like any like 1,500 like down payment. And the guy's like, oh, I can't do it right now. Like that's a lot. And then like I was like, okay, well think about it. Let me know by tomorrow. And then literally like 10, 15 minutes later, he's just like, dude, like I think I'm gonna back out of the relic because I can't, dude. Like, the wife says no. I was like, no, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it. And then I was like, okay, cool. Go to Doyle. He's like, hey man. Then the guy backed out, like, you still interested? And I gave him a good price on it. I was like, okay, cool. Like he really wanted one. I was like, well, what do you want? He's like, dude, I want like the top of the top. I was like, okay. I was like, and then I started looking up how he plays and shit. Dude, he fucking smacks the fucking the
I know
guitar,
he goes fucking hard. He muscles
Oh
that
my,
bitch.
yeah, dude. I was like, fuck, bro. So he said how much, I gave him the price, and out of respect, I'm not gonna fucking blast the price out there.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Just because
it's
of who you are. Yeah,
yeah, but because he was famous, I wasn't gonna like, hey, like, everybody was fair with the pricing and shit like that. And so, it was a basically almost the same price as the other guy, that backed that up. And so I was like, yeah, man, this is what you get, the whole shebang, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, yeah, dude, like, what do you want? Like this. He's like, dude, like, I want kind of get just close to diamonds, bro. Like, okay, cool. So those 1980 parts I put on his. Fucking, I just testing it. I had another guitar that I was going to use because I have all these Deans, right? Like spared ones just in case one breaks. And so I had one that I was playing with and like, messing with it, but it would just go out of tune for some reason. And the bridge is all fucked up. Like the wood, it was just really weak, bro. And I was like, fuck, like, I was like, okay. And then that wasted like a whole month. I was like, fuck. And then I was like, you know what? Like, I have another one that it was my spare for my personal one because it was the same year as this one. And a few serial numbers off, like from this one. So literally like almost the same assembly line. And I was just like, fuck, you know what? Like, I know that one's fucking bitching. So I'm just gonna give him this one, like fuck it. Like I cause last thing I want is for him to play and then for it to break.
yeah.
Because he asked me like, hey, are these playable? Like, can I play? I was like, yeah, of course. Like they're not just. I used to make just wall hanger ones, but they'll still be included in the run. But I stopped that a while ago. And then he's like, okay, cool. So I showed it to him. He was like, oh, that's fucking sweet. Ended up getting it done, dude. Fucking, and I did it to his spec. He uses like an R4 locking nut. And then fucking, like thick ass fucking strings, bro. And he sent me some strings, which appreciate you, though. That was fucking sick. Dude, the string strings are really fucking good too. But yeah, dude. So did the whole volute and shit like that. Like, dude, his was fucking clean, bro. Like, dude, it took like I had to push. I mean, I was a little behind. I started getting behind on some relics, but I even had to push his behind too. Because like I said, I got to be fair with everybody's relic. You know, just because like someone's famous, I'm not gonna be like, hey, advertise, type of thing. Like, and it was
Yeah.
not no disrespect. It's just to keep it solid with everybody. So I told Joe, I was like, hey, like, sorry, I'm gonna be a little behind. Like, I gotta catch up with everything, and also on his, I had to figure out a few things with his as well. So I upgraded the fuck out of his, dude. And then yeah, when it was done, dude, fucking came out great, dude, bro. Just fucking, oh my fucking god, bro, it came out so. I can send you pictures of it if you want. You can put it in this video, up to you. Um,
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely, dude. Yeah, send those to me on the offline, and then I'll put
yeah,
them on here.
yeah, I'll send you. So I have a video. Oh, dude, I have a video before I shipped it. I haven't posted it yet, but I'll send it to you if you want, so you can post it on this one. And yeah, dude, he was just like, dude, that's fucking sick. Like, it looks great. Hell yeah, dude. And I got him a ABS case. I told him, hey, what kind of case do you want? Do you want like a soft hard case? Do you want like a shape case, or a case that's not shaped but holds an ML? Or do you want this ABS case? And I showed him pictures, hey, like, which one do you want? He's like, oh, give me the ABS one. He's like, well, how much more is it going to be? I was like, nah, dude, you're good. Like, you paid the expensive price. Like, you got everything inclusive. I'm not gonna upcharge you just because
Yeah,
you want the better case. It's like I'm not like that. And so he's like, okay, cool, I appreciate it. I was like, yeah, no worries. So I put his logo on the fucking what do you call it, on the case, his Doyle band logo,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and yeah, he thought it was sick, dude. And he gets it. And he's like, dude, this thing's fucking sick. I appreciate it, man. He posted on his story and everything like that, and it was sick, dude. And then, but before he got it, he invited me. He's like, hey, like, I'm gonna be playing at the Whiskey and the House of Blues. Like, you should come through and fucking, invite who you want to invite, and I got you. So I invited my dad, and like a few friends, and we got to meet Doyle, dude. It was so fucking sick. And he fucking,
And
so
I
he
got
signed
the
me as
pick
like
of destiny.
yeah, dude. I forgot to give Doyle one. I still got to give him one, but I got mine. But dude, yeah, fucking, he got me the picture signed. I was like, that's cool. But I told him, so Doyle loves Nutter Butters, like fucking loves them, right? And I was like, dude, and when I got there, I was like, hey man, like, can you do me a solid? Can you sign me a Nutter Butter? He's like, the fuck? Why? I was like, I don't know. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna sell it, I thought it would be funny, it'd be cool.
Yeah, you love
So he,
them. Let me sign one. Yeah,
yeah, so his whole band signs it.
that's
Fucking,
cool. That's cool.
it's him. I still gotta get a sign from the singer. I missed the singer, but Doyle signs it, and Brandon and then the bassist sign it. So now I saw this fucking Nutter Butter hanging just all fucking random. But that was really cool of him, dude. He's a super down to earth guy, bro. He was cool. And then that was probably like one of the highlights where I started like, damn, dude, like,
So
yeah,
are
I
you
missed
now?
this, bro.
You've you've hit, like, huge musicians have hit you up. Are you now still on that thing of like, all right, I'm gonna stop at a certain point, or like, do you think you're gonna want to continue, like, but you're gonna limit to yourself, like maybe I'll do 10 batches at a time?
Yeah. So I've had a few other people hit me up. And so a few of them don't want to be like named and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and then so it was a fucking mess. And like I said, I know it might sound like I'm yapping, but it's just I like telling the story in detail and shit. And so, after the whole Doyle thing, it was fun. It was great. After that, I got traction, more traction. And keep in mind, like, I was supposed to be done with the relics at this point, right? I told him, hey, because you was the
yeah.
last one, right? And so then after that, all of a sudden, bro, I don't know what the fuck happened. I think it was 4 or 3 people backed out. Like, they were just like, oh, we can't do it anymore. Like, it's cool. And at the time, they only sent me like, I think like $300 down payment. And I told them like, hey, like, half of it's non-refundable because I already,
Already
like, I
bought the
just,
stuff. Yeah, I bought the what I
yeah,
needed to do to make it. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. And so some of these guys are from early on, so they only had like, I think like $100 down payment or something. So I told the guys, like, I didn't even fight with them. I was like, okay, cool. Like, hey, sorry it didn't work out. My bad. Here's your money back. Like, don't even sweat it. Like, okay, cool. So then now I have these 4 other spots. And keep in mind, I just told Doyle that, hey, this is the last spot. Like, this is the last one. There's no more other one.
yeah.
And he liked the exclusivity of it being only 25. And I was like, yeah. So I felt bad because like it was only the last ones. So people hit me up, and then I told them the prices. Hey, like, and at this point I put the prices higher. I think the last one sold for 5,800. It was like all inclusive, and with the guitar, shipping, everything. But they were hitting up, and I was like, yeah, dude, that's the price. And a lot of people don't like it, and I was just like, oh, they're like, I started getting posts of, oh, dude, you're money hungry. It's like, dude, it's not that. Like, I lost a lot of money at the beginning, so all that money's kind of like recuperating.
Yeah, it's rolling
Keeping
over.
the same
Yeah,
fucking. yeah, keeping all the same quality parts. Like I barely made anything from like all the relics, bro. Like trust me, I barely made any fucking money. And so I finally sold some of the relics, and then I was hoping Post Malone would hit me up because I know he's a huge Dimebag fan, but it never happened. I hit him up. I was like, hey, like I saved the spot for him specifically. I was like, hey, like you know, um, what's up, man? What's going on? But he didn't hit me up, so I was like, that's cool. And I just kind of was like, you know what? Had other people interested, so then I finally sold those spots off. And it was cool. Like right now, like I'm still doing all the ones that I have here because I have four over there, and I have three more in the case, four more in the case. So that's what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 with me, and I have other ones that I gotta get shipped to me. That I'm
And
still waiting
didn't
on
you
that.
bring one to Nam and Rita? You brought one to Rita, right?
Yeah. So yeah, so
What did she say?
so I showed her, right? I was like, hey, like, because I bring this one to Nat every year,
Yeah.
just because you know, I play at the Driftwood booth and I bring it to play, whatever. So I brought it, and then my buddy Eric was like, dude, yo, Rita's here. I'm gonna try to look for her. I was like, okay, cool. And then Dean Zelensky. Sweet, hell yeah, let me know if you find him. So walking around, I get a text, bro, come to this booth. And I was like, okay, I'm on my way. Start going over there, and then Dean Zelensky, right? He's there with the prototype culprit, and he's just like, I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like, what's up? And we start talking. He's like, hey, like what's up, man? And then my buddy Eric and my buddy Jamie Slays, well, Eric Martin and Jamie Slays, they were both there, and he was just like, yeah, dude, hey Dean, this is Chris, this is what I was telling you about, and then I said hi to his wife, and Dean, they're super nice people, dude, fucking down to earth. And they're like, oh, hey, what's up? We're talking. And he's like, oh, so what do you do? And then Eric was like, yeah, no, this is what I was telling you about that does the relics. He did them for a bunch of people. He did it for Doyle. He did it for, a guy named Ryan. He's in Death Rattle. And, he doesn't really good showing pictures. And so I started showing him pictures. I was like, yeah, like, this is it. And then I was like, oh, I actually have the guitar with me if you want to check it out. Like, he's like, well, how far are you? I was like, dude, I'm literally like in the booth, like right there, like 2 minutes walking, like I'll be back quick. I'll bring it. He's like, okay, I'll wait. So I run to the Ruff booth. I fucking take out over there, fucking open the case, take it out, run back, and then I show him. He's looking at it. He's like, damn, like this is really cool, dude. Like, holy shit. And then he's just looking at it. I'm like, oh fuck. And then like I at the time, I didn't think of recording because like I'm in the moment. Like I can't. I don't know. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, so Eric and Jamie are recording for me, and I'm just like, dude, like this is so fucking surreal. Like, and I'm over here stuttering because like, so keep in mind, I have ADHD, so like it's just fucking fast in here, all the time. And so I'm thinking a million fucking things, bro, and like I just can't get anything out because I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I'm just like, fucking, when he talks, I'll think of a bunch of things and then kind of filter out what the best answer is, like,
yeah.
and fucking, oh shit. And then I told him, like, hey, can you sign the dean for me? And he's like, yeah. And then, but he didn't have a pen. I didn't have a pen either. So his wife actually, while me and him were talking, went to go look for a Sharpie, dude. Which, thank you. I fucking appreciate that. It's like she didn't have to do that, but she finally found a Sharpie. And then so Dean signed it on the back, right there. Dean Zelensky. So he fucking signed it, dude. And he thought it was fucking sick. And he's just like, so you did this? I was like, yeah, like it was fresh when I got it. I did the whole wearing and shit. I was like, it could have been more accurate, but I was limited on the pictures throughout the years. But now, I show him the recent ones that I do. I show him Doyle's. He's like, damn, that's really good. He's like, do you airbrush? How long have you been airbrushing for? And then I showed him one of the D from Hells that I did from scratch, like not like the body wise, but like the paint. And he's just like, here, get my number down. So he puts, I put my phone in his number. I mean, my number in his phone. And then, he calls me. I save his number. He's just like, yeah, once we, things get, once their whole situation,
Yeah, with
gets
yeah.
settled. Yeah. So once that all gets, settled and done, he's like, I'm gonna hit you up and, we'll talk. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, hell yeah, I'm fucking down, and that's all I can say for that.
Yeah.
So I was super fucking excited, but I was like, no fucking way, like that's
Hey, you
fucking
never
badass.
know.
And
Once they set that whole situation, what that legal situation, once that settles, you might be working for Dean and start making some relics for Dean.
That'd be
Never
so.
know.
That's the thing too. So you know how you were saying like, oh, like if anybody else hit me up, and if any celebrities or whatever, and to do more, that's what I was trying to round down to. Um, so I am only making 25. I would like to do more, but the thing is, like I said, it's not about the money for me because it's just like nothing stopping me from making them. But I want to keep it, like a nice rare thing, that I did,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
exclusive. It's meant to be an exclusive thing. Yeah.
Exactly, So, I and then some people are asking me, like, come on, like, do it, blah blah. I was like, dude, I just can't. Some guy offered me 7 grand for mine, and I was just like, dude, no, like, no, fuck. First of all, no, like, since mine, and then I was like, second of all, I just no, like, I can't, like, it's not about the money. And so, but I was thinking, I was like, if Rita would be down to do like a collaboration, like somehow make like an on spec to the T1,
Yeah.
I might be down, but then I'm still trying to figure out how would that go because it's like I would want to make more, but I feel like it'd be a kind of a slap in the face to people who bought the 25. So it's like kind of like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know uh
Yeah.
fucks with each other a bit. But if I ever did do another run, the way I would want to do it is like like I said, down to the T spec, everything like originals as to dimes can be, top mounted, of course,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
USA and shit like that. And then if I ever did, I don't know how many, it'd probably be like, I don't know, but I would want to offer it to like the Relic people first because they bought, the guitar first and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like out of respect kind of thing. But I know it'd be fucking expensive. Like that's the thing. It'd be around fucking who knows, like 10 G's or some shit. Because like to get like a USA body made and everything like that. And I would want to use my idea would be original 1980s everything, bro. Like everything 1980s, like not remade, like original. So like
Yeah.
just to even find those fucking parts. So I was just like, I don't know, but I was gonna. So now I'm going rounding back to Rita. When I met her, I was gonna like ask her like about the thing, but the thing is like I don't want to seem like I was like just like fucking talking out of my ass or anything like that. Because like I know I kind of talk too fast sometimes, and people go like, oh, "Fuck, what the fuck," you know. So I was just like, what, I'm not even gonna mention it because I don't even know myself. Like I want to, but I don't know if it's possible. So I was like, I'll just worry about it later. So I met Rita. She saw the guitar, and there's this video on my Instagram. She's like, dude, like this is so sick. She's looking at it. She's like scratching this. She's like, man, this thing is. She's like, it's really nice. Like you did a good job, and she was saying like how I appreciate for keeping Dime's image alive. She was telling me and like 4 of the guys, and I was just like, dude, it was crazy, like so fucking surreal. I was holding in my tears, bro. I was like, you know, trying not to fucking cry and shit. And then so I had her sign it right here on top, right there. And then so she signed it. She's like, yeah, it's really nice. She's like, man, you did really good. You got it accurate. And she's like, got the headstock. She was like the logo. She's like, damn, like, and then dude, I was just like, I didn't think she would be that impressed by it. And so, dude, that day was fucking wild, bro. I met Dean, I met Rita, and then the conversation came up of like, hey, maybe can we compare? My buddy Eric asked her like, hey, you think if you ever have a chance, can we compare this one to like Dime's original?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because and she's like, maybe, I think we can make it work. And then I was like, oh shit, like, can we like, oh fuck, like, and then she's like, yeah, like, I have the guitar with me right now. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I have the Dean with me. Like, it's like she has it there at app, and like nobody could see it, but it's there. And I was like, and we're just like, can we see it? Like, oh, we started fucking geeking out, bro. And she's like, yeah, let me figure it out. She's like, maybe we gotta make something, we can see. If not today, maybe tomorrow. And then so she ended up getting really busy, which totally understand. Like even her checking my guitar out was a fucking blessing. So she's like, yeah, maybe we can't this week, but maybe next time. I was like, it's cool, don't worry about it. I'm not even tripping about it. And so that's how that ended. But dude, it was fucking like, getting just for her being like, oh yeah, we'll probably make it work. It was like
Never
fucking
know.
mind blowing to
It
me,
could still
bro.
happen, man. Especially like
Dude,
I foresee you're gonna be working for Dean once they settle this whole lawsuit stuff and all this legal
dude,
matters, and you're
uh,
gonna be part of the creative team behind creating them.
dude, thanks, man. I'm hoping so, man. Like the thing is,
Yeah.
like, so the thing that a lot with me is like, I love talking to people. I love talking and shit, as you can fucking see from my. Just label this video, Hairback Girl yapping for who knows how fucking long, But like, I like explaining things and shit like that, and a lot of people fuck with it, a lot of people don't. But with Dean, he was like, yeah, like, he was kind of like, love the stories and shit like that, exchange stories. So I hope it happens, bro. Because I mean,
You never know. Keep
nah,
it
I
keep
could
it
just I
positive.
could
Keep
text
it
him right now
positive.
if I want to. Yeah, dude. Yeah, like, and and I'm just like, I'm hoping. And I was telling his wife too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna spam him with every fucking text. Like, she's like, no, yeah, go ahead. I was like, no, I don't want to annoy him. I'm just playing, you know. She's like, no, no, it's fine. Spam him. Send everything. Send him every picture if you want. It doesn't matter. I was like, don't tell me that because I could fucking if I could yap in
So
person, I could yap on
for
text. You know?
everyone listening right now, you officially stopped taking requests right now, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. So I officially stopped because it's I and here's the thing. Going back to that, I might have a spot open, and I understand why people back out. You know,
Yeah, yeah. My
I get
financial
it
stuff or whatever, something happens. Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
exactly. And then also there's also a few people that I had to like well two people that I had to be like, hey, like I need the down payment by this day, or I have to give
Oh,
you a
they missed
spot
it.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I can't. I've also learned that I have to be more stricter, you know, with
Do
this
you,
shit because it's
Raj,
like
do you put it on Instagram saying like, "Hey, I have these two slots open now," or do you have?
yes,
Okay, that's good. That's good for people to know.
yeah. I did that, and so before I even did Doyle's, dude, I said that I was finished with them already because I had them all sold,
Yeah,
but just people kept like backing out, bro, and like you know, so I tried figuring out something like there was times where like so many people, it would be weird, like a fluctuation of four, three people back out, some people buy in, back out, and it was just like it was pissing me off because it was
yeah,
just like I'm buying parts with this money because the so here's the way I did the whole money thing. In the beginning, it was just the relics, right? I was just offering the relic service, right? Just the relic, and then you know with the logo on top, and you get the relic. That's it. Then people
yeah,
wanted upgrades. I was like, well, then you could choose your upgrade, you know. But if I don't provide the guitar. They went from like 600 to 800, whatever the fuck, and then the price got higher. Then it got to the point where people were getting really fucking picky, bro. They're like, oh,
yeah,
this. I'm just like, well, it's going to be this much. Then they didn't like the fucking price. So then after that, I stopped accepting wall hangers. I did like two of them. And then now I just like, okay, all inclusive without the guitar. You know, you send me the guitar, this is how much it is, this is what you get. You know, everything's included. And then like, okay, got some people backed out. And then I'm just like, and then I wasn't doing non-refundable down payments at the time because I was like, I don't want to be an asshole. But then after so many fucking
kept
back and
happening. Yeah,
forth, bro.
exactly. Yeah, you need to because you're losing
Yeah,
money from buying the parts.
exactly. Yeah, and so like all the money that I would put in, I put in a lot of my fucking money in the beginning. I
Yeah,
had like I think 4 or 5 grand
that's
saved.
fair. It's realistic. So
Yeah, exactly. And like I spent like 4 or 5 grand around there of my own money, dude, that I had saved from work and shit. Into I put into these relics because it was like, dude, I'd buy
yeah,
parts and they just didn't work. And so you know, all the other relics that they paid just kind of like it would go in and fluctuate, you know, because I wanted to make sure they're all good, all the same and shit like that. And then I have, like I said, I had spare bodies just in case if one broke, which I had an incident when one broke, two broke. And so it was just getting too much. And I started doing the non-refundable thing. And then, like you were saying, you know, if I stopped making them, on my post a while ago, on my thing last year, before even Doyle's, I posted, hey guys, appreciate you guys. I'm done with the relics. I finally sold them all. You know, cool. You know, people are like, oh, dude, that's, you know, like that. And fucking a month later, I post, I have two more spots. Like, it makes me look like a dumbass, you know, because I'm just like, people are thinking
well,
that
no, not
I'm
really,
trying.
because you're saying, hey, you had your slots full, unfortunately, but it's
Yeah,
like and say, hey, I know I posted this, but at the time, it's not stupid. It's like you had slots, they were full, unfortunately. So
yeah,
now it would be better just to say like, hey, at this time the slots are full. If something comes up, then I'll broadcast. I'll announce something. Hey, I have 2 or 3 slots available if you're interested.
yeah. And
That's a
that's
better thing to
how
do.
exactly that's how I should have done it. Um, but the thing is, like I said at the time, like I kind of just oh sorry, excuse me. Like at the time, I just kind of like I didn't want to be like too professional about it. Not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
not
yeah,
saying that I wasn't, but just more of like I want to be myself, real about posting about it. You know,
yeah.
and I was like, and I thought I was done. I was should have done like how you said it, but then people backed out, and instead I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, people backed out. Let me just say there's another slot open, you know. But then it started getting consistent, and then some guy on Facebook was like, no, like he's just scamming you guys. He's saying he has no slots, and he puts all someone backed out, and then you guys fall for his thing, and he sells you and blah blah. And at the time, I would keep the prices private like that, but like, oh DM me, like just because just DM me, like what the fuck. And so at this point, I just like I didn't give a fuck anymore. I was just like, some guy asked like, how much is it? I was like, and at this time it was at 4,600, And yeah, 4600, 4600. And I was like, I just posted right there in the comments, 4600. And then, dude, next day, another post on Facebook. This guy's charging 4600, blah, blah. And I got messages. Are you the guy that charges a stupid amount for the relics? I guess, dude. I mean, and then I tried explaining to one person, like, here's a breakdown. The guitar alone is like 1600, 1700, if you could find one, with the case. Keep in mind, then the original German 80s, 1980s German Floyd Rose.
Yeah,
This one's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like,
So you don't need to like people are gonna bitch complain about everything, but you can't one complain about what you're one getting. You're trying to get exactly everything. You're trying to make the best quality relic that you possibly can, plus your time and effort,
exactly.
dude. So it's like no, they can go EAD.
Exactly, it got to the point, but the thing is, like, I try being a people pleaser,
Yeah,
I try, like, explaining my whole situation to everybody, because in the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to lie to anybody,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and so I just try to explain to people when it's just this point, I just stop giving a fuck and whatever, and then I tell people who wanted one, I tell them, email them, and DM them, whatever the fuck, and if they wanted to, cool, they didn't, whatever. But
Yeah.
then, so, like, coming to now current situation, I ended up selling them all, and then I again might have one guy who is backing out, but if he does back out, I'm just gonna not even say anything, because at this point, it's like, you know, I probably just make the guitar, and if it finish it, or if he backs out, then sell
Yeah.
them, whatever the fuck,
Well, for everyone should know, then it's just like give you a follow, which I'll have your link and everything tagged into you, and just give you a
Yeah,
follow one just to support because you're fucking killer shredder and make
appreciate it, man.
insanely great
Appreciate it, man.
relics. And then just like it doesn't
Thanks,
hurt
man.
if they want to message you, they can message you and see if there's an opening.
Yeah,
You don't have to fucking broadcast it or whatnot. Someone's interested.
yeah.
If someone's interested, are you open to them just like messaging you out and you can just say like, hey, sorry, unfortunately, I'm not taking anything right now.
No, yeah, exactly. I'll just tell him, but like, hey, like, dude, this is what I got, but for the
Yeah.
most part, yeah, I'm out of them. They're all sold. I have most of them here with me. I have, hold on, let me, all these Floyd Roses, all these parts that I gotta fucking. So there's a bunch of them that are like 1980s German. So, like, you see, there's an original 1980s, and a bunch of them are like this. Fucking that shit's heavy.
Yeah, and as you know, as we're getting further and further away, it's going to be harder and incredibly harder to find those parts,
Exactly,
you know?
dude. I spent so much on fucking parts, dude. Like,
But everyone should just be happy for the fact that you started off something completely fun and then created something that's going to make somebody happy just remembering I have something that's pretty 100% close to dying
yeah,
replica, you know? So
yeah.
that's what's most important.
So,
You're honoring the man in the best possible way.
exactly. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be Dimebag. I'm not Dimebag, dude. I'm not him. I'm not trying to be him. Like, trying to play like him, but fuck, it's nearly almost fucking impossible, dude. But I'm just trying to keep his image in the most respectful way. Like, yeah, I'm a Dimebag fan. But yeah, I know that. But like, I'm posting this shit. I do all this Dimebag stuff because people who didn't live in that era with him, like I didn't, they don't know, they don't get that feel. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
Pantera's touring now, which is
yeah,
fucking cool. Oh yeah, but it's like, to get that feel of how he played and shit, it's really not existent
yeah.
other with a few people. So it's like, people, I've gone in comments where people are just like, dude, like, man, like, I close my eyes and I think it's him, with, like, when I'm playing and shit like that with certain songs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that's why I'm just trying to keep the
Well,
spirit up, like, keep
that's a
that
perfect
flavor up.
that's a great segue as we're gonna wrap it up. Like this is like the perfect way to finish
Yeah.
it, actually. What
Oh
are
yeah, dude.
what's your first and what are your what's your order ranking of Pantera albums?
Like, what do you mean?
What's your like
Like,
favorite Pantera second? Like what's your ranking system like of the Pantera albums?
like songs?
No, no, albums, the albums.
Oh, dude. Fuck, dude. Cowboys from Hell, Reinventing Steel, fucking Far Beyond Driven. What is that one? The glam one was fucking
Oh,
dope,
the
dude.
original. The
Yeah,
original.
that was
Like
fucking
that'd be the
solid,
first.
dude. Dude, oh my gosh. Southern Trendkill. Probably Southern Trendkill above that one. And after that, it's kind of like those are pretty chill. but mainly just those main ones. Like
Yeah.
fucking trickles down from there.
See,
You
it's
know?
like I grew. I mean, I remember watching like Walk and seeing Walk and hearing that fucking opening riff on like MTV and all that shit. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
But my first Pantera album that I ever got was Far Beyond Driven. And
yeah, dude.
that was my that's still my favorite. Like, dude, 5 minutes alone, becoming just like they were so fucking heavy. And then Cowboys from Hell became my second favorite. But Far
Yeah,
Beyond Driven will always be like my number one, just because that was my first Pantera album. I was like, fuck, this is heavy as fuck.
yeah,
And
dude.
I think that's when they actually went into drop, because what Cowboys of Hell wasn't standard for most of the stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it wasn't standard. Like I think the album wasn't standard, and then the lives were like E flat or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because what, like, that's when they what was Far Beyond when they went down, when he went down to B or D standard. I don't remember.
yeah. I think it was C. I think it's C sharp or D standard or some shit like that.
Yeah. But that's when they fight. It was
Yeah,
like it was heavy as fuck. Like I'm like, dude.
dude. Yeah, bro. Fucking just crazy shit, bro. I was just it's like, what the fuck, dude? And yeah, dude, heavy as fuck, bro. Heavy as fuck. And then it rolled into Damage Plan, bro. Like
Yeah, that's what.
that shit. Yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking. You know how he used the culprit for Damage
Yeah,
Plan? Hold on. Let me before you wrap it up. What the fuck was that? Something fell. But yeah,
dude.
it's a fucking culprit, but it's like all bedazzled and shit. But like a little taste of like the Damage Plan era, you know? So not bad shit. It's fucking. I love it, dude. It's fucking like that Paul Stanley type shit, you know, fucking or
Yeah.
instrument with the bedazzles and shit with the rhinestones.
Rhinestones.
But dude, this was sick, man. I appreciate it, dude. This was fucking. I mean, a
Yeah,
long interview, but
yeah, no, this was like everything I wanted it to be, and more importantly, I think it explained just how you came about, one, creating the
yeah,
relics, your love and passion
yeah.
for Dime and taking pride in what you're doing and showing that like this
Oh hell yeah, dude.
evolution of what you're creating, and also making people understand like where you're coming from, making it,
Yeah,
dude. Like
exactly. I mean,
you're
exactly like I said.
you are officially preserving the history of Dime.
Thank you, man. I'm trying. You know, I'm trying. Like, trust me. I could have. There's so much more shit I wanted to say about like in the stories, but like I said, I know I fucking go on, bro. And it's just one of those things where I gotta just fucking just trim it and trim it and trim it, you know. But I can always
No,
talk
dude, but
all day about
I
this
know we
shit.
joked about it, but like 100%, I am so down to make a Pantera cover band for you just for fun.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
dude, I
I'm
am
down, dude.
so down to fucking riff fucking Rex Brand riff.
Dude, 100% down, bro. 100% down. Like I've been wanting to, because I do. I know if I know it will fucking just be top tier. Just play a local band, fucking
Yeah,
places,
just
bro.
for fun and
It'd be
just
fucking
fucking
sick,
riff
dude.
shit, dude. That'd be so fucking dope. I am
Dude,
so down. We
I'm
can talk
down,
about that
dude.
on the offline, because that would be a fucking fun thing. That's like, and we make it special. Like, oh, sorry, we're only going to play during the summer or something. And like make it like
Yeah, dude, hell yeah, dude.
seasonal
Dude,
thing or
I'm fucking
shit.
down for it. Dude, down for it 100%, 100%, bro. Hell yeah, dude. That'd be fucking sick.
Well, I'm gonna have your links all down below. I already have about posted
Thank you,
there,
man.
so we'll
Appreciate it.
give you a follow, and maybe they'll hop on. Like if someone drops out, they'll put it in there and see if they can get something.
Yeah, if someone drops out, just fucking.
But
Hey,
this
man, here's
regardless, give them a follow.
fucking.
If you're a diehard Pantera fan and you just love seeing Shredded, follow him.
Yeah,
Follow Ruff Guitars as well. He's with them, and they're fucking making. You saw the
they're
Slime
fucking heavy.
score, fucking gnarly. Another great nod to freaking Dime as well. So it's like,
Yeah, dude.
dude, it's awesome, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's all the links, like he said, they'll be down there, man. I mean, fucking everything. Hit me up if you want to. I help you guys out with whatever the fuck you guys need help with. If I don't reply, my bad. Inboxes are fucking stupid now, you know. But I appreciate you
I
guys. I
feel
appreciate
you
it,
on
man.
that, man. I actually keep my notifications off of my Instagram. Then I'm like, all right, I'll check it today. I do, because
Turn
I
them
don't
off.
want to see the blow up of
Fuck.
notifications, dude. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll choose like 1 or 2 times a day to check my notifications.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I leave mine on because it's just like I like to see it, but and I can forget and shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, brother. Look
Of course,
forward to
man.
hanging and catching up again. And I know we talked about going to a show later tonight. We'll see about it.
Hell
But
yeah.
everybody, give them a follow, and always, please keep the horns up.
Hell yeah. Get your full Godspeed.